Thank you everyone for joining us today. Today's presentation is going to cover the 2020 Summer Acknowledgement application, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, just be aware that Financial Aid office is open. However, the financial aid staff are currently working remotely until further notice. If you would like to speak with a financial aid counselor, we do recommend that you make a phone appointment. The nice thing about making an appointment is you can book 9 days out. You get a 15-minute one-on-one appointment with a financial aid counselor, and the counselor will give you a call at your specified time and number. You can also reach us by phone. Just know that wait times may vary depending on the time of year. You can also reach us via email, sending an email to financialaid@cw.edu. Please include your full name and student ID number in your communication, because that really helps us out a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So what we're first going to do is show how to schedule an appointment. We're out here at cw.edu Financial Aid, and in the middle of the screen, you can see financial aid appointments. And if you just click on the book now, location is return phone calls. And the only option right now is a counselor callback. And just as an example, let's say you want to book in June 3rd. You got all of these times available. If the morning doesn't work for you, you can certainly book an afternoon appointment by clicking on the book it link and going from there. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started on the summer aid process here. So let's get back to, we're out here at cw.edu financial aid section, and notice over on the left-hand side is summer aid. And we're going to click on, first going to click on the cost of attendance. And it should be known that today's presentation is just going to give an overview of the summer aid process and should answer a lot of the basic questions that you might have. If you do have additional questions or think you might have a unique situation, we do recommend that you reach out to speak with a financial aid counselor. And we also recommend that you speak with your academic advisor for guidance on your particular course of study to make sure financial or the summer classes are right for you. So out here under the summer cost of attendance, the thing I want to point out to you is the registrar's website, because the registrar's website is going to have the summer tuition and fees right here under summer 2020. And just as an example, if you are a resident undergraduate student, it breaks down the cost for the credits over here. And just as an example, if you're going to enroll in 12 credits over the summer, it's going to run about $3,500 or so, depending on any class fees that you may have as well. So let's go ahead and cover the application process. So we're back out here under the summer aid portion and application process. So before we actually jump right into the summer acknowledgement form, summer is considered the last quarter of the 2019-2020 academic year, which means we do need to have your 2019-2020 FAFSA or WASFA on file. If you've already been attending this school year and have been receiving your financial aid, that's great. You don't need to resubmit your FAFSA. It's just if you're going to be coming in starting in the summer or perhaps a transfer student, we do need that 2019-2020 FAFSA. The other thing to realize is that you are ultimately responsible to ensure tuition and charges and fees are paid by the due date, even if your financial aid is not ready at the beginning of the quarter. Okay. The other important thing to realize under the summer loan information here is that a Parent Plus loan, if your parent did have a Parent Plus loan during the regular academic year and they want to do another one for summer, that will require a new Parent Plus loan application, and that can be found at studentaid.gov. Minimum enrollment requirements. Summer is just like the regular academic year. As an undergraduate student, you're considered half-time if you're enrolled in 6 credits and full-time at 12 credits. All students will be awarded summer aid based on the assumption that you're going to be enrolled full-time. If you're not going to be enrolled full-time, that is okay. We're going to cover that here in just a little bit. The other important thing that you want to be aware of is that you do need to be meeting satisfactory academic progress. If you have any questions as to whether or not you're meeting satisfactory academic progress, feel free to reach out to the financial aid office. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into the summer 2020 acknowledgement form. And I'm not going to go over every single question in the form, but definitely going to go over the important pieces, but it is important that you fully complete the form for summer aid. And you'll start with your first name, last name. Please include your student ID number as well as your school CWU email address, because at the conclusion of this, you're going to receive a copy of the acknowledgement form, and the financial aid office also receives a copy of the form as well. First question, are you a Washington resident? Well, we're going to go ahead and assume that you are. Did you receive aid at another school for the 2019-2020 school year? And this is important if you are a transfer student coming in for summer quarter, or perhaps coming in after spring quarter. You want to make sure that any pending or undispersed financial aid at your previous institution is canceled. So you want to reach out to them and make sure that any financial aid that you may have at that other school is canceled out. We're going to go ahead and assume that you're an undergraduate student. It is important that you are, of course, enrolled in an eligible degree program and that you've been accepted into Central to receive financial aid and to take summer. We've already covered that you do need to submit the 2019-2020 or FAFSA or WASFA. Are you graduating summer? Well, we're going to say no here. Okay. Are any of your classes for the summer going to be an internship? If you are going to be doing an internship, it is important that you reach out to the Career Services Office, because they do handle the registration for any types of internships. And it is very important that you have all of your paperwork submitted and that you are enrolled in that internship before the end of the add drop period, because we base financial aid as to what you're enrolled in at the end of that add drop period. So you want to make sure that all of your internship information and registration has occurred. Definitely reach out to the Career Services Office just to make sure that everything is all good there. And I already covered this a little bit here, but any federal plus loans, the parent will need to apply for a new Parent Plus loan. The other thing is that you are going to need to be enrolled in at least 6 credits to be eligible for student aid, and indeed most summer financial aid do need to be enrolled in at least 6 credits. All right, I'll let you go ahead and kind of cover some of these other items here. The last area that is important on here is right in here. I understand I am not required to be enrolled in 12 credits to receive financial aid for summer quarter, but if I am enrolled in less than 12 credits on the first day of class, that all financial aid payments may be delayed and or reduced due to required review for financial aid staff. And this, again, goes over, we will assume that you're going to be taking full-time. If you're not in full-time credits, your disbursement of financial aid will be delayed a little bit, as we need to just go through, review that everything is corrected before we release that student aid onto your financial aid account. All right, so that covers kind of the basics of the important pieces of the summer aid acknowledgement form, but would like to cover just a few of the highlights, the important items that we covered. We do need your 2019-2020 FAFSA or WASFA, Be sure to speak with your academic advisor about which summer classes are going to be best for you. Review the summer tuition and fee schedule that's located at the registrar's website. And you also need to complete the Summer Aid Acknowledgement form, which we just covered. Again, summer Parent Plus loan, if your parent is okay to take out another Parent Plus loan, they will need to submit a new Parent Plus loan application for the summer term, and that's going to be done at the studentaid.gov. Just know that most aid requires a minimum enrollment of at least 6 credits. If you are not enrolled full-time, financial aid payments may be delayed and/or reduced due to required review by financial aid staff. When it comes to the type of loan eligibility you have, the important thing is to realize that if you have already utilized your financial aid or your student loans for the regular academic year, there may not be any remaining student loans available for you in the summer. The thing to consider is, are you changing class standing? So for example, if you're going from a first year to a sophomore, or from a sophomore to a junior or senior, or to a junior, then you may have some eligibility. But if you started out the school year as a junior or senior and you've already utilized your student loans during the regular academic year, it's unlikely that there would be any student loans available to you in the summer. It's also important to know that Washington State Aid, also known as the Washington College Grant, is only available for college-bound scholarship students and passport to college students. If you're not a college-bound scholarship student, recipient, or passport to college, you will not be receiving any state aid for this summer. All right, so are there any questions? Well, not seeing any questions. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you do have any questions, please feel free to schedule an appointment to meet with a financial aid counselor. Thank you.